No, but seriously, tonight is all about laughter, using that as a drug delivery method for science. And you need to remember, laughter is the best medicine, except when it is a suppository. All right, so before I bring up your next comedian, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you a little bit about the program we're doing here. So this is Science Riot. These folks have gone through a bunch of workshops as regular scientists who have never done this before. So please take it easy on them. This is not an easy thing to do. I told them before the show, if you get out here without wetting your pants, throwing up, or crying, you've done a good job. But I think you're going to find it amazing. There's a very talented group of people. If you are interested in this, you can sign up at the back or go to scienceriot.org and either get on our mailing list to find out about the next few shows in Atlanta, or do this because you're thinking, I just might be stupid enough to get on stage and make an ass out of myself. All right, so let me bring up, without further ado, your next comedian. Your next comedian is a microbiologist at Georgia Tech, and he's got some very interesting things to say about things related to suppositories. Please welcome to the stage the one, the only Brian Hammer!
Thank you, Pete. George Carlin famously asked, how come everyone else's stuff is shit, and yet our shit is stuff? I mean, I couldn't agree with George more. I hate flea markets and consignment shops. Why would I want to bring someone else's discarded shit into my own home with me? But, you know, we're part of this sharing economy now, so I'm trying to embrace that, and I'm using as inspiration microbiology. We humans have about 1 trillion body cells. That's pretty good, right? But we have nearly 10 times as many bacteria living in and on us. Most of them actually live in our guts, our GI tracts. We got 5 pounds of them in here. And they do some very important stuff for us. And we scientists know, some of their names, some of the species. We have a clue about what some of them actually do for a living, their skills. That metropolis in there has a very important task for us. It keeps us alive. It digests our food. It educates our immune systems. In fact, we think some of those bugs in there actually affect our mood and behavior via a brain-gut nerve axis. So it's like, hello, brain, eyeballs. Yeah, this is the gut germs down here. We want you to focus, please. Focus. Top of the menu, top left. We'll be enjoying the garden salad for lunch today. Please, that's right. And one of the most important things that these gut germs do is they keep out the riffraff, the pathogens, the bad guys. In my lab, I study some of these bad guys, and I'm sure many of you know some of these bad guys. There's like Salmonella typhimurium. I sneak into you when you eat undercooked chicken. And then there's like Shigella dysentery. Remember that salad you had? Well, that guy who prepared your salad, he didn't exactly wash his hands after doing that. And now, Shigella has now met the residents of your intestines, and it's like, how you doing? And if you don't deal with this riffraff really fast, they will decimate your intestinal cells, and they'll either kill or kick out those residents. Serious business. Serious business. So if they, serious business. Show must go on. All right. So now they're in there doing their nasties. And if you can't get rid of them, what does that lead to? Anybody? Diarrhea! Can I hear a shout out for diarrhea, please? Thank you. This is why my family calls me Dr. Poop. Sometimes the infections are really bad, and we have to take antibiotics for those or other infections. But of course, those are really good at killing the riffraff and also the residents. And with the residents gone, no digestion of your food, what else do you get again? Diarrhea! That's number 2, everybody, yes. Most of us actually recover just fine from taking antibiotics. A couple days, that city's back in action, but there's some unfortunate people where that doesn't happen. And after a serious treatment of antibiotics, what emerges from the crypts of your duodenum is this, thank you, is this slacker called C. diff that's been kind of lounging around down there, Clostridium difficile. It kind of wakes up and it's like, dudes, where is everybody? system has no idea what to do with this slacker, and all hell breaks loose. And you get things like ulcerative colitis, you get Crohn's disease, you might even get megacolon. And that is not the arch nemesis of Optimus Prime. Megacolon. It's not a monster truck either. Megacolon is really bad. And if left untreated, often leads to fatal diarrhea. Thank you, everybody. So we microbiologists now appreciate that the ones who did the best job at keeping that slacker C. diff down were the normal residents of your intestine that we displaced by that serious antibiotic that we took. So we scientists, we do a lot of this. Right, this is what we do in our offices all day, right? We just wonder, I wonder if we could replace the Midtown residents by inviting in citizens from outside the perimeter. And thus is born the new therapy for C. diff infections, which is called FMT, fecal microbial transfer. That's what I'm standing up here talking about, is poop transplants from a healthy person into a diseased individual. And you can imagine this brings up a veritable bevy of interesting questions for the field. And I'm going to just scratch the surface with a couple. Number one, where do you get that transplant from? And is there some sort of etiquette in the request? Like, hey honey, remember that back rub you asked for and I gave it to you last weekend? I have a favor for you. Or, howdy ho neighbor. Thanks for the rake I used this week, but next week I'm wondering if I might borrow something from your shed around back. Question number 2. How do you get that transplant in there? And there's 2 obvious routes, right? The north and the south. Waze recommends the northern route. The Chinese, since the 3rd century, for a variety of ailments, were whipping up a delicious bisque they called yellow soup. Come on, it's the 21st century. We're much more sophisticated in how we eat shit. And we have developed poop pills. Poop pills. Unfortunately, some of the earliest designs of those poop pills used transparent or clear capsules. And they were wondering why initially those patients in the trials were largely non-compliant. Of course, there is the southern route. And I do declare, I recommend if you are interested in a delicate delivery of your germs, you might consider a colonoscopy. Or, I'll tell you what now, if you want to do something really crazy, I recommend you send those bugs up there via enema, which I call shooting the hooch. And question number 3, what bacteria do we introduce back? Do we introduce all of them? Or do we select our immigrants based on their skill sets? Listen up, everybody! Citizens of poop! All of you, come on! Into the capsule, into the capsule! There's plenty of room for all of you. That's one option. The other is, audit, you over there. What is your name? I think it's Operational Taxonomic Unit 42. Oh, unidentified species, unidentified species. Okay, what are your skills? They think I might make gas. Out of the capsule! All of you over there, come on come on up. What are your names? I got this, honey. We're the Bacteroides family. Yeah. Skills. Well, we all work together and we digest insoluble fiber for energy. Wunderbar! All of you into the front of the capsule. Right up front. And I want you to appreciate the beautiful view from the front window as you go through the intestine. The most amazing thing about these poop transplants is they actually work for C. diff infections. They work, and patients see improvement within minutes because their immune systems are kept under control. So, I'm starting to appreciate this sharing economy and realizing maybe someone else's shit is really good stuff. Thank you.